back against the car and jammed my heels into the curb. Nietzsche had parked his jet-powered midlife crisis between a Tacoma and a low-slung caddy. Space wasn't an issue. The vehicle could take off vertically, and the state had licensed Nietzsche for flight. He'd figured we couldn't repo the vehicle if we didn't have room to pull the tow. Sound logic, if you didn't consider the mini-jacks I'd used to raise the car and slide the whole shebang out sideways. "There's this job," Donnie said. "The players are bigger than I usually care to tangle with, but circumstances make the encounter unavoidable." I pushed. The car started to move. "Didn't think you were licensed for Augment repo anymore." "Never claimed I was." "Then that's not repo. That's theft." "If Netherhouse does the repo, it's not stealing. The firm is still in good standing, I take it." "Netherhouse Liquidation. My company. Donnie's company once upon a time." "Since you left, yeah? Then my departure was for the better. As I've always said, the good Lord has his reasons." The good Lord. As if Donnie ever believed in anything but Donnie. "What's the job?" "It's interesting you mention my divestment in Netherhouse. Do you remember the Dimension repo?" I froze. The car almost rolled backwards over me. "Dr. Dimension is dead," I said. "The world believes he's dead. Yes." My thigh muscles shook as I replanted my feet and once again slid the car into the street. "A bridge fell on him. That's been killing Augments since the dawn of time. Believe me, he's dead." Donnie kept information close to the vest. "He never told you what he was after until he had his gnarled old hands wrapped around it. Ordinarily. I think the ring is in play." Hitching the jet car to the tow became more difficult. "You turned Dimension's ring over to the Treasury Department. It's long gone." "We executed the repossession paperwork. You know as well as I the ring was never properly recovered." A desk lamp glowed on the second floor of the Elmore household. I couldn't be sure it had been lit a moment before. "Still, Dimension's ring was lost. You said it was lost." "Nevertheless, this is why I need you. There's a place on the lake." "Stop." Saying no to Donnie was a tall order. I lived in a world of powerful beings, where women swallowed star systems whole and men birthed suns. But these giants, these near gods, even they had trouble resisting the heavy drawl of my former partner. "No," I said. "I'm sorry, but no." He inserted a long, deliberate pause. "Fair enough. Figured I'd ask." Another light came on inside Nietzsche's house, and then another. The place blazed with the angry white light of imminent discovery. "I wish I could, but you know how it is. Can't risk the business." "It's not a problem. You don't owe me a thing." I hooked the jet car's front end to the metal lifts and ignored the stillborn sense of guilt Donnie had implanted in me long ago. I pulled open the tow truck door and hopped into the seat. My hand rested on the key as Nietzsche's front door banged open. Nietzsche himself barged out, black and gold suit unzipped and folded over at the waist. "You know," Donnie said, "I do remember a time you'd have fought to take this gig. For the thrill, to pull one over on the big guys. Government augments, fool 'em all. Good sense be damned." Nietzsche tore across the front lawn like a boulder rolling downhill. "Sometimes," I said, "the practicalities win out." Donnie's final words were lost in the full-throated growl of the tow's engine. The tires scrabbled at the road as I lurched away from the curb. Nietzsche leapt at the truck and snatched at the mirror as I pulled away, shearing the polymer housing clean off the screws. He was still running when I lost sight of him in the rear view. He clutched the mirror in his meaty fist and hurled it as I spun around the bend. He almost hit me. Close. Too close. My heart thundered in my chest, and I thanked a number of gods, both real and imaginary, that I had gotten away clean, by the skin of my teeth. The road flew by. Warm July air blasted through the cracked windows. I sped away from the suburbs and popped on the radio.